Hello, good day, everybody. It's nice to have you back after this restful weekend. Okay, so the next topic we'll be going over is computer systems. First, we have to ask, what is a computer? From what we know, a computer is an electronic device which accepts information, processes it, and gives some sort of output out. Before computers were invented, a lot of computing methods have been used. Back in the day, a lot of people used to use their hands to count. For instance, when we say just count to 10, you see people putting their hands in the air and they count one, two, three, all the way to 10. After that, there was the use of tally marks, which looks something like this. Tally marks are still used in cricket. For example, in normal tally marks, we count to four and strike on the fifth, while in cricket, they count to two and strike on the third, which is why we have the word strikeout. Okay, so after tally marks became popular and were thrown away, uh, mainly because there were better computing devices such as the abacus, which is what we have here. Uh, the abacus is actually a wooden frame which originated somewhere in Asia. It has some beads on it which is used to count. But all of these methods were very ancient and didn't give very good results. Therefore, scientists had to come up with better ways to find answers more quickly. Some of the computers we have today and are using constantly are the laptops, air conditioners, phones, microwave machines. We also have a lot of computerized cars, airplanes, cameras, iPods, and etc. Basically, there are three functions that a computer must perform. The CPU of a computer must take in input, process that input, and give it out as output directly or by saving it on a drive. For the process of, or for the input process, I should say, we have things like the keyboard, the mouse, and even gaming controllers like this. We'll go over the processing aspect in just a bit. And for output devices, we usually will have just a screen where the output is sent to, or sometimes we have people who want to save their output on a flash drive or store it on a disk drive or something of that nature. Now, the processing is where all of the calculations take place. But what does this processing for us? The processing of a computer is done by the CPU. The CPU is known as the central processing unit, or as people like to say, the brain of the computer. The CPU is divided into about five separate parts. Number one, the motherboard. So basically, the motherboard is the electronic circuit where all of the electronic components of the computer are laid on, which is this green layer you have here. You can also notice that the motherboard of a computer is usually always green in color. Here is a great example. Next, we have the graphic processing unit known as the GPU. Not every computer has a GPU, but computers that have GPUs usually have great graphics and are used for gaming or architectural renders. These graphic cards make architectural renders and rendering of graphics generally better for the CPU to perform rather than using only its processor. Speaking about the processor, the best and most common processors are made by Intel, and this is where all of the arithmetic and logical functions take place. The processor determines the speed at which the computer delivers. Next, we have the sound card. Before I go on, can you tell me what this audio jack does? Or what does this one do? Who knows? Okay, so typically, this part known as the sound card is attached to the motherboard of a computer and also to the processor. When someone records audio using this microphone jack, another person can listen to that audio, which is retrieved from the processor through this left and right audio jacks. This allows the processing of sound to take place in a computer. Without this, there will be no sound in your computer or from your computer. Next, we have the network card. This allows your computer basically to share data, maybe through an Ethernet cable or a LAN cable. It allows data, which is in form of data packets, to travel through your computer. So without this, you will not have any Wi-Fi connection. You will not have any LAN connection. All of these parts, as I mentioned before, all make up what is in this box, which is called the chassis of the computer, and hence the CPU. So we have the microprocessor, which processes, the graphics processing unit, which adds to the processing power of the processor to give better graphics. We have the motherboard, where all of the electronic components are laid. We have the sound card, which facilitates audio in the computer. We have the network card, which allows data to travel within a computer. So all of these parts work together to make the CPU. But the CPU, along with the monitor, the keyboard, the mouse, and other devices, make what we call the computer system. Now, a computer is just the electronic device, while a computer system uh, refers to all of the devices that are used together in order to achieve our goal. So that will mean that a computer system means the printer, the mouse, the UPS, the keyboard, and generally every part of the computer that we have to use to get the goal that we want to achieve done. So, speaking about the computer system now, it can be subdivided into two parts. The first part is the hardware, and the second part is the software. So basically, the hardware is any part that you can see, you can feel, you can touch, you can carry, like what we have on this desk, the printer, the monitor, the keyboard. Because we can see and touch them and even take them up in our hands, then they're called hardware. While the software is basically the set of instructions that tells the computer what to do and how to do it. Maybe Photoshop tells you how to edit a picture. The hardware of a computer is all in the CPU. However, anything connected can be referred to as a peripheral device. Everyone say peripheral device. Please again, everyone say peripheral device. Peripheral device. Okay, next I'll be giving you a short quiz to answer. Please copy this link and answer the questions at this link. I'll use this to evaluate what you've learned so far in this class. And if you need the link to this video, please ask Mr. George and he'll make it available.